Hey, sweet fam, I'm Molasses Jones, and you're watching Thrilling News Thursday for this week's Thrilling News Thursday episode. And I'm really excited to bring you my own personal micro news, local Santa Barbara news, California news, national news, and international sweet news from around the whole world. So right back, get your popcorn, stop taking your selfies, and watch Thrilling News Thursday on Sweet TV. Sweet. So let's get right down to business. I have my micro news, my own personal micro news is really exciting. I have about 5 items that were just blessings that have come over the past few weeks because I've been having some technical difficulties and have not been able to bring you the thrilling news. So I wanted to share what's been happening. First of all, just a few days ago, Randy Jackson of the Jackson family, Jackson 5 and all of that, and I just connected on my other profile, the profile that manages, Sweet Entertainment, Sweet TV that you're watching, etc. So I'm really looking forward to that being an initial step towards completing some of this drama with the Jacksons controlling, or the Michael Jackson estate controlling my company, particularly my music publishing. So please watch this space. It's really a great event that happened. And if it happens to just be fluff, then I'm going to continue to pursue this until I get a bank account that reflects what I've put in. So let's see how that works. And then my micro news from Facebook. Facebook now has allowed me to regain access to control of my old profile, the one where I started Sweet TV, Sweet Music, Sweetheart Radio, Another Sweet Film, Sweet Lit, and Sweet Entertainment Productions, the brand controller. Man, not having access to this profile for 1 year basically kept me away from a fan base that it took 4 or 5 years to build. So regaining it is great. I'm looking forward to more control over my own creations and of course a settlement from the bullshit of a year that I had to deal with all of this stuff, that fans weren't able to connect with me, that people were wondering what's going on with me. I had hundreds of messages now I had to integrate. And again, I have now a new fan base of about 2,500 of you, closing in on that, who have no clue what I've been doing for the past 5 years in building Sweet Entertainment. So please keep watching this space as well, because with Facebook being a multi-billion-dollar company and them harming my business, I think they should have to pay up, don't you? The antitrust activities happening behind the scenes on Facebook, they have to be settled, because there's no reason why we should be out and not be able to bring you the news quickly and accurately each week when everybody else is able to handle their business. So please keep on watching this space. And if you really care about us, send Facebook a message and say, hey, what's going on? Molasses Jones has other people using her name, using the business names that she's created. Why are you harming her? Just a thought. Next, I got a huge surprise from Santa Barbara Superior Court Judge Dandona. It seems that all of the problems that I've been having over the past 4 years are now wiped clean. No need to review, no need to prove with documentation, no need to even show up. So thanks to Superior Court Judge Dandana for that, because it was basically holding my life in bullshit that I had no business being attached to. So I really, really love and honor and appreciate that. Again, no need to prove in court. I'm going to try and attach a little video showing when I got the paperwork. Very, very, very exciting. Turns out in May I was free. I didn't even know it. And number 4, shout out to the ladies who are just making me feel amazing and special, and befriending me with warm hellos, a little flirtation here and there. I don't mind it. I've been 10 years without you. So, of course, I'm going to soak that up and enjoy it. I just wanted to say thank you. It really, really means a lot to me just to feel like a live human being, you know? I got needs too. Anyway, let's see, where are we? And lastly, I want to shout out to my family, my mom, dad, all the family that's attached to my new profile now. I feel like my life is completely integrating. And with that is going to take a lot of work because I have piles of work here, piles of work there, spread over 20 different ventures. So I just wanted to say to my family, thank you for being extra special and just understanding that sometimes things take time, and the distance that we've had to endure over the past 20 plus years will not last forever and will not last long. So shout out to the fam. And next, we gotta give you the Santa Barbara news. So what we have is our Santa Barbara news, local Santa Barbara news, about 2 stories. First, the Planning Commission, the Santa Barbara County Planning Commission held an important meeting just yesterday about the future of the Community Service District in Isla Vista, known as Isla Vista, I should say. And then also the committee or the commission spoke about the Gaviota Coastal Commission. Now, what's happening there is that there's about 1,000 acres that are up for grabs. Of course, the developers want a piece, but then with not Isla Vista, but Santa Barbara being the home of the environmental movement, you're going to see a lot of fight and pushback on any development happening in that space. Santa Barbara is becoming overgrown. It's definitely a popular international tourist location. So we'll see how that fight ends up. I'm pro development personally, not only because I would like a piece of that for TCG Realty Group, but because Santa Barbara is just overcrowded. And with overcrowding, you have crimes that are just not being addressed. Santa Barbara is marketed as this Tony tourist place where Europeans and Arabs and people from around the world can come and spend their cash, and some end up staying. And then there's also the criminal. There's a lot of criminal activity that happens in Santa Barbara that must be addressed. I mean, if you're going to invite a lot of people and not address the safety issues, then you're really doing a disservice. So I believe that expanding to Gaviota and outside the city would actually help the city and help tourism, help those of us who like it enough to stay. Anyway, City College has been in session. Santa Barbara City College, the #1 city college in the U.S., has been in session now for about a week. So I just wanted to say, hey, City College students, you won't see me on campus very much. Maybe I'll be hanging out doing some work. But I have to take a break because TCG Unlimited and all of its companies are just too sweet right now. Got a lot of things going on, so maybe you'll see me soon taking a class or 2 after this semester is over, but push for those A's, people. Work it out. Now on to California news. in California. God bless California, Jerry Brown, and all of the assembly men and women who serve us. Thank you so much for instituting the suicide prevention bill. I believe this bill was just passed last week for for our transgender family and friends. We all know that this is really an important issue. Our transgender friend, our transgender family and friends really need extra support because of the amount of abuse that this community takes on a daily basis. We end up having to hear about murders often, way too often, and then we also hear if not about murder, then we're hearing about suicide within the transgender community. So kudos to Jerry Brown. I hope this is a resource that people use to stop. Oh yeah, yeah, to stop our transgender family and friends from being harmed or harming themselves. I'll be right back for national news. Now, before I deliver the national news, I have to tell you one more awesome thing that's happening not in Sacramento with Jerry Brown, but down in San Diego. Coming up, the American Military Partner Association is going to honor, let me make sure I got the right name. I believe it's Imran Khan, who was the bouncer that helped so many escape massacre, the tragedy that happened in Orlando. Apparently, Imran is a military current military officer serving. I believe he's serving in the Marines, and just happened to be in the Pulse nightclub, the working as a bouncer the night of the largest massacre in U.S. history. Unfortunately, we lost so many. Hundreds of lives were lost. A community was left totally in shock, in horror. And so the honoring of Imran Khan, honestly, I really would like to be there. If you would like to support my trip, all I need is for people to add a few dollars so that I can make it to San Diego and back, either by car or by train. I would love to attend this event. And I'm going to work out getting a media pass, but American Military Partners is an LGBT military association for veterans and current active members who are within the LGBT community and their partners and families. So I just wanted to say thank you. I love the work that you're doing, and soon we will make it. Again, if you're watching this, please consider giving a donation to the Sweet Entertainment Foundation so that I can make it to this event. It's definitely not one to be missed. Thank you for your work, and again, congratulations to Imran Khan, and thank you for your commitment to helping those in need, especially during such a huge, tragic time. Now, on to national news. We have so much national news. Honestly, look at the paper. These are my notes. I couldn't remember it all, guys. Okay, so national news is filled with stories from the courts to politics and football field. It's like everywhere where people fight, we got national thrilling news right here on Sweet TV. Shucks, gotta look good for the camera, people. No tag showing. Okay, guys, ladies, gentlemen, people, sweet fam, did you hear about the trans bathroom issue happening in Omaha? Watch this space. In Omaha, Nebraska, the transgender bathroom debate is starting to heat up. And I know that Ray Gibson is going to be on that, being a trans person who's from Nebraska, and also that history in Nebraska being so tied to, to a lot of controversy. I know that there's been a lot of change, but still change needs to happen. So let's see how that progresses. Definitely watch this space. Also in the Midwest, in Cook County, Illinois, home of Chicago, Illinois, or where Chicago, Illinois is, there was the 10,000th same-sex couple registering for marriage. I want to send a thank you to Tracy Baum, who's a reporter for one of the LGBT papers out there. Excuse me, I don't have all of the names because I'm just one person. Still making it happen for you all. So thank you, 10,000th couple. Congratulations on your nuptials. Hopefully we'll meet you on Sweet TV one day. Hopefully you're watching. Also, there's a couple of events. Let's move on to Atlanta Black Pride. I heard Atlanta's about to get hot and chocolatey. Jacob Kiner, if you are going to Black Pride, we need some video, man. We want to know ins and outs. We want to know the parties. We want to know who showed up and who didn't. Please, guys, have safe and happy fun. It's going to be really, really enjoyable. Oh, my God. Atlanta Black Pride. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Also, Capitol Pride is coming up in a couple of weeks in Hartford, Connecticut. Their first annual, my hometown, their first annual Capitol Pride is going to be taking off on September 10th. So just be aware of that event. Mark your calendars if you're in New York or Massachusetts. Please support this event, or Rhode Island. Definitely show up. They're still looking for vendors for that event, so you can hit up Capitol Pride or do a search on Facebook or YouTube for that event. Go and support Capitol Pride because that's my hometown, people. Some great people out there, and be nice to see all of the colorful rainbows there. Next up, what's the deal with Colin Kaepernick? There's some definitely athletes are moving forward since they're so visible. They're definitely moving forward progressive ideals. We have Kobe Bryant, starting a venture capital firm. We have LeBron James, who is really changing his neighborhood, using his money, using his dollars to start businesses and clean up a part of Cleveland that desperately needs it. I love that. Then we have Colin Kaepernick, who declined to stand during the national anthem and is really calling to the forefront racism within America, using the media to confront the media itself. So I say shout out to him. He's a San Francisco 49er quarterback, and he's making a statement by sitting down. People spoke about Gabby Douglas and her choice to not salute the flag or sing the national anthem or stand. So people are using their space in order to talk about issues that their friends are confronting, that they are confronting themselves, that their neighbors are confronting. So I say kudos to you guys. Magic Johnson, another sports figure who is probably the Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, both are using their platforms. They have access to media and a lot of people in power. Michael Jordan, I don't know if you heard, he was here in Santa Barbara. I was able to attend one of their events and was really most excited about Michael Jordan because of his recent statement that he just could no longer be silent about the violence happening towards young black people and black people in general. So he's giving $2 million to social justice organizations. So we're definitely going to be hitting them up because We're a social justice organization trying to bring you the news and views from around the sweet and progressive world every Thursday. So, Detroit Pistons star Reggie Bullock, his sister, he spoke out recently about his sister, the murder of his sister, who was a male to female transgendered person. Her name was Mia Henderson, and just really, he's been really speaking out about how Mia changed his life, really opened up his eyes to a whole new world, and he didn't lose respect or he didn't denigrate her for who she is. He's definitely working out the brother. Reggie is definitely working out the pronoun issue, but the love is obvious and there. So I just wanted to say shout out to Reggie, and for all of the Olympians who from the United States and from around the world use that platform to speak out and speak up and stand up for justice. I just want to say kudos to you. Those who proposed marriage, those who got married. I mean, it was just really, really amazing. Now on the political front, mass media, they want to train you to believe that everybody believes that Clinton or Donald Trump are the chosen nominees. Well, the truth is, according to a New York Times poll that was released just last month, only 9% of the people in the United States see, not Bernie Sanders, because we all love Bernie, but only 9% of the voters believe that Trump or Hillary would make a great candidate. And they're divided about 50-50. So that's why you'll see a lot of advertisement happening trying to grab at those other voters. What the New York Times article stated, and you can find that online, it's an interactive just visual that shows that of 109 of the total population, only 109 people, half of that, less than, almost half of that are totally ineligible to vote, be it due to age, citizenship, or felon status. And it's a shame that felons can't vote. That's basically taking away a huge voice, a huge tool to leverage in choosing the president. I don't think that they should be barred from being able to vote. Anyway, that's my opinion. So 109 million can't even vote. 89 million, according to the New York Times, don't vote at all, whether it's a general election or not. And then 73 million who didn't vote in the primaries this year, but who will most likely not vote, will maybe vote for Jill Stein, I hope, won't vote for Trump or Clinton. And then 60 million of the 60 million who voted in the primaries, 30 million will vote for the Republicans, 30 million will probably vote for the Democrats, according to the recent polls, looking at those polls that recently happened. So we have about half of those who are, still half of those 30 million, or about 9%. Excuse me, I don't have. And of those, only half will choose Clinton or Trump. Let me go over that. Of the 30 million who will vote Republican or Democrat, only half of those will choose Clinton or Trump. So you want to check out that article again. It's on the New York Times .com, and you'll see for yourself that the Clinton and Trump campaign that mass media is pushing to the world, and all of its actors, of course, it's not for everybody. Definitely not for me. I'm voting for Jill Stein no matter what. Some people are going to vote for Bernie. Some people are going to vote for their own candidate that they are either write in or that they believe will be a viable candidate for president. So basically the show is not over, people. We still got a race to run. And if they want my vote, they got to fight for it. Pay for advertising fees on Sweet TV. Something like that. Okay, we're getting ready for the international news. Keep watching. Okay, guys, now for international news. You know, the Sweet Fam has just been doing some amazing, amazing work. So, let's start with Afrikenya. Afrikenya has an amazing event that's happening actually this Saturday. This Saturday, if you are in Kenya, you need to hit up Afrikenya. If you are in Kenya, in Nairobi, you need to hit up Afrikenya. They're having basically an open house. They have a new space. It's going to be music, film, you know, food. Bring cash, you know, bring some money, and really, really enjoy that space. You're going to see a huge resource. There's going to be vendors there. There's going to be tons of beautiful LGBT people from around the Kenyan world. So I just wanted to say, go girl! Carla doing her thing out there, Afrikenya. Shout out to you all. And can we get some live video? Because we want to go too. Anyway, next up, I just wanted to share with you guys how proud I am that Team LGBT at the Olympics were the highest winning group of all the groups that were out there in the Olympics. So shout out to Team LGBT. Specifically, what that means is that 23 of the 53 Olympians that were out and at the Olympics placed in a medal. And not only that, it gets even better. Not only that, about 11 more almost made it to the medal to reach a gold. So, I mean, this is like super freaking historic that our community is not only fighting for justice, but is really amazing at the same time. So shout out to all of those who proposed marriage, who gave their medals to their wives or husbands. Speaking of that, we had 44 women total from Team LGB from around the world participate in the Olympics. However, 11 men also participated. Not one of them was American. Come on, America. Drop the macho stance. You know, we have LGBT men in sports. Please stop harming our people. Let them play. Let them play. Not one of those athletes was an out male American. So what we're seeing is that we have an opportunity. However, because of probably all of the things associated with being a male athlete, you know, the misogyny that happens within that, you know, locker room, you know, really is an opportunity for us to develop and change as a whole. So I'm really looking forward to Tokyo, the Olympics, the 2020 Olympics being about change happening in that space, that micro local space of male athletes out in the US, because we want to win some more medals. Obviously, people like Rafaela Silva, who won the first gold for Team LGBT, won the first medal for Team LGBT, won the first, medal for judo, won the first Brazilian medal. Rafaela Silva, amazing. I'm getting goosebumps. Can you see them? My teleprompter back here, my producer, is saying, yeah, I see them. Okay, I want to give a shout out also. Excuse me. I want to give a shout out also to Brittany Griner, Simone Grinder. No, it's Brittany Griner. Simone Augustus, who played on the women's national team. Casta Semenya, who won the gold in the 800 track and field medal. You know, she's a showstopper. got the world talking about her. And she just went home and gave her gold medal to her wife. So kudos to you, Semenya. I'll see you in Tokyo, if not sooner, baby. Now, lastly, but not least, we have a couple of other events happening. Let's see. I wanted to just say shout out to those of you who are around the world making strides for the LGBT community. For example, Naomi Ruzin. Damn, Naomi, who's out in Sweden. I want to say congratulations for your medal, for your, certificate. I know that your current mayor just gave you a really huge kudos for your work. So, it really helps to be recognized when you are fighting for equality and you're doing it against the odds and you're doing it well. It's just amazing. America just has to get with it. The homophobia, the racism is just over. It's dead. The misogyny, we're attacking that and we're doing it within the media. So change is going to happen. We just got to keep pushing forward. I want to thank Sid Ziegler from Outsports, who is definitely on the forefront of equality within the sports world. I just love everything that you do, and I can't wait in order to meet you. I really, really can't. And hopefully we'll be seeing more of you on Sweet TV. Lastly, we have our own games. There will be men and women from around the world who are competing next year in Miami for the World Out Games. This is an annual event that takes place for LGBT athletes to competitively compete. And it's going to be hosted in Miami next year. So, damn, we got to be there. I'm going to work my hardest so that Sweet TV is there. So far, I've given you probably about 30 minutes of news. Thank you so much for being patient. This is cool. Thanks. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for your comments. We're going to get better each day, each post, each like, each dollar. If you like what I'm doing and want it to get better, please know that $1 even helps us. Contact thrillingNewsThursday@gmail.com and send us $1. You can do it even right here on Facebook. These things without money take a lot of time and a lot of resources. It basically takes up a huge amount of my day. I love it and I do it because I know that you love it too. But it really, really helps to give $1 to the Sweet Entertainment Foundation, to give $5 or $20 so that we can grow, so that we can get this man a job.
If your news ain't sweet, it ain't right.
And I just wanted to say thank you all. Let me get started. That's the Thrilling News Thursday for this week. I'm Molasses Jones, and you're watching Thrilling News Thursday on Sweet TV.